Once upon a time, behind tall mountains in a village, a loving couple were so excited to meet their first baby soon. More than anything, they wished to hold their baby in their arms. During her pregnancy, the woman's eyes fell upon the delicious pomegranate in their neighbor's garden, and she developed an intense craving for them. Her husband searched the market, but because the season was over, no one had any. He was also too afraid to ask their neighbor for some, as everyone avoided her. People whispered that she was a grumpy witch whom nobody liked. The next day, the expectant mother grew ill, her craving for pomegranates stronger than ever. Desperate to help his wife, the man picked a few fruits that had fallen from the neighbor's tree into their own yard and brought them to her. He didn't know that the sneaky neighbor was watching him from her window. As soon as his wife ate the pomegranates, her health returned. Soon after, their beautiful daughter was born. Overjoyed, they named her Anar, which means pomegranate. On the other hand, their neighbor kept a close watch on them until one night, the wicked old woman sneaked into their house and stole the baby girl. "You stole from me," she hissed to herself. "Now I will steal yours." She took Anar to a hidden treehouse in a faraway place, a strange home with no ladder. The little girl grew up there in isolation, and the old woman never spoke a word of her real family. To ensure Anar would never leave her alone, she filled her head with frightening tales of the outside world, warning her of fierce animals and terrible dangers. Anar, knowing no other life, believed her words, completely unaware of how truly wicked she was. Years passed and Anar grew older. She was now 10 years old, still a prisoner in her lonely treehouse. But one day, a happy voice came up from below. She saw a boy waving up at her. "Hello up there," he called. "What are you doing here?" Anar asked, her voice shy from disuse. "My family's house is just around here," the boy replied with a smile. Anar repeated the warnings she had been taught, telling him it was a dangerous place. But the boy just smiled and said, "It's not dangerous at all. Come down and see for yourself." Hesitantly, Anar let down a long rope. When her feet touched the soft grass, she gasped. The world was far more beautiful than the mean old woman had ever described. The boy pointed toward the distance and said, "That's our village." Then he said goodbye and left. When the tricky old woman returned that day, Anar asked, "Are there other people nearby? Is there a village behind these trees?" "Nonsense." The woman frowned and said, "No one lives here but us." In that moment, the web of lies unraveled, and Anar realized that she had been deceived her entire life. The next day, the boy returned as he promised. But as he neared the tree, the witch sprang from the shadows. With a tricky smile, she asked him to fetch a tool from her old shed. The moment he stepped inside, she slammed the door and shut it quickly. Deciding to take him somewhere far away so he could never return. Turning to a frightened Anar, she yelled, "That is a wicked boy. You stay here while I take care of him for good." But Anar no longer believed a word her captor said. Although her heart was beating fast, but she was brave, she made a big decision. After the wicked woman's snores echoed through the treehouse, Anar crept down, quietly unlocked the shut door, and rescued the boy. They came down the rope and ran as fast as they could. But the snap of a twig underfoot woke up the witch. With a loud, angry shout, she chased after them. Too mad to see clearly, the rope slipped from her hand and she tumbled to the ground. The two children ran until they reached the boy's house. He told his parents the entire story. As the boy's mother listened, her eyes widened with recognition. She knew the sad tale of the couple whose baby daughter had vanished years ago. She asked, "What's the scare's name?" The boy replied, "Anar." His mother said, "This is the one." Then she promised to take Anar home. The reunion was filled with tears of joy. As Anar's parents hugged the daughter they thought they had lost forever. On the other hand, because everyone had discovered the spooky old woman's house, she left for good, and everyone realized that she had no magic power after all. Anar, finally home, lived happily with her true family for the rest of her life.